Welcome to Deep Thought. Every now and then, pull back. You know what? Sometimes we get so caught up in what we're doing, we forget we should just pull back sometime. Like, well, the relationship example is always good. Everybody can relate to them. Say you that person, you got a whole bunch of dates. You meet, it could be male or female. You meet a whole bunch of people, you going out, you having fun, probably having sex with at least some of them. But every now and then, take a week, a few weeks, maybe a month, couple months, depending on what you can do, and pull back from it. Just pull back. If you're a party animal, pull back. Back in December, as much as I like to work out, lift and everything, I went 2 weeks without lifting. I just pulled back. Because then you have the energy to do more. Like sometimes I'll record all of my stuff in one day. Then I got the rest of the week to just relax. And that's very important because what happens is we get caught up into a routine, but we don't get rest. And then we get so caught up, we don't see and hear everything going on around us. See, if you really put everything I say together, it all has that same theme about getting back to yourself, your true self, your inner self, this perfect part of you that God made. But too often we get caught up in distractions. I think that's the best way to look at this. Sometimes you want to pull back to just reassess things, to look at things. And to really ask yourself, okay, is this what I want to do? Because often we'll get caught up, well, first we got to work. We got to make money. Even if you're in business for yourself, you got to make money. Boom, that's one thing. You get caught up in relationships, chasing or dealing with some person who may or may not be good with you. Boom. Family drama. There's always some family drama. If you have children, got to deal with them. There's always a bunch of stuff. Sometimes you got to pull back, and it's not the same as a vacation. Because even though you go through a vacation, you have fun, and that's a good thing to have. Sometimes you don't always have time for that. Because most people work on a job, if they get a month's worth of vacation, they lucky. And then you got to go back to whatever bull you had. But sometimes even during that period, pull back. It might be a day, a few hours, or you just say, you know what, I'm just going to chill out. And the funny thing, it's kind of like with the see and hear everything idea I spoke about yesterday. Sometimes you pull back, you start seeing stuff. And that's how you not get caught up. Like if you sit back and pull back, you could sit back and say, you know what? I don't know if I want to be involved in that particular situation. I don't know if I want to deal with those people. Ain't some ain't right. Because then it's like, oh, whoa. Because I'm going to tell you what. With me, I do it automatically. Like I might be getting ready to get involved in business with somebody or work on a project, and it never fails. It never fails. I'll be like gung-ho, ready to go, but something will happen because I'm seeing and hearing everything. Something will happen, and they'll say something, and you're like, scratch, scratch, scratch. And you're just like, hold up. Let me hold back a little bit. Let me see what I'm seeing. I remember when I was in school and I was playing in an intramural football game. And the other team started doing some weird formations. So instead of just rushing in, I stood up and I was just like, oh, okay, hold up. Let me pull back. Like the pullback don't have to be like a week or anything. It could be a few minutes. But the key to it is you seeing and hearing everything. You're in the moment. You paying attention, and you listening. You seeing everything. Like somebody say that about me because people. I'm just say about myself. I'm a weird person. People say I'm so extroverted and everything, but I'm also introverted. I'll just pay attention. I'm technically ambivert. I can be extroverted when I need to be, introvert when I want to be. And you sit back and you see it, it was like, hold up. And sometimes you even see that with, like if people want to get you caught up in their stuff, pull back. In fact, I would say before every situation that you could possibly get in, whether it's relationships, a new job, moving, pull back a bit. Pull back a bit. I'll give you an example from my own life. There was a while I was looking at a luxury apartment to move in. I was looking at it. I was like, man, that'd be nice. I looked at the floor plan, pretty good area, better than where I'm living. And I was ready to go. But then something said, pull back for a second, Ron. Pull back. Now, all of a sudden, in this area, they building some nice townhouses. And I'm thinking, okay, if I just kind of sit back and wait. Well, they building a lot of things where I'm living. And I was like, wait, I sit back and wait. Instead of renting someplace, I can like buy a place and I have a significant down payment. See, I didn't rush into it. See, I never let anybody rush me into stuff. If people try to rush me into something, I'm like, oh, hold up. Why are you trying to rush me? If it's a good idea, I'm going to see that. So, but you pull back and see you can get something better. Now, by pulling that rushing, but pulling back a bit, kind of looking at it, I was like, oh, you know what? Instead of paying a high rent, I could probably get a good mortgage because that rent money goes towards my down payment. And I get a lower mortgage payment and tax write-offs and more space. And people to fix my appliances on time. So I'm like, oh, okay, pull back. In relationships, a lot of people should pull back. So many people, I wish, because I'm always going to use that relationship example, because that's the one everybody gets. That's the one everybody gets. It might be abstract for somebody to think about a house, but they get the relationship thing. I've known so many people who jumped into relationships, they didn't see and hear everything, and they didn't pull back first before they jumped. They just jumped. And they missed every red flag. Everybody always say that too. They say, I missed all the red flags. I say, you should have pulled back. You should have pulled back first. You should have been like, oh, wait a minute. Let me question some stuff. In fact, yeah. Let me question some stuff. Ask questions. You know what? I'm going to do that one next. Let me share something with the people listening. I never really know what I'm going to talk about. I wrote, I'll be in the middle of something talking about something and say, I should talk about that. I see somebody walk past my patio door. I'll be like, let me talk about that. Oh, man. Yeah. But always, you got to question some things. But you want to pull back. You want to sit and wait. The elders were very wise. The elders are very wise. And one of the saddest things is, I don't think so many people have got caught up into how much money they're being left. They didn't think about really applying the wisdom of the elders. The elders used to say, and they didn't get into all this metaphysical stuff. For the elders especially, it was like, it's just Jesus, baby. But they'll say, before they made a major decision, they would say, let me sleep on it. They get some rest, and boom. Like, there's been plenty of times, I'm sure this happened with some people. You got a bunch of stuff happening, but it's happening like later. People trying to get you to make a decision or something like that. And I'll sit back and I'll be like, yeah, let me think about it. Let me get a good night's sleep first. I'll get back to you. Then you wake up refreshed, and then the ideas flow. In fact, that's why usually when I'm doing a recording, most of my recordings happen in the morning. It's extremely rare that I record anything after 4:00, and that's only on the Mondays when I do most of my recordings for all my channels. Then that's rare. I might go to 4:00, but I do stuff in the morning because my mind is sharper. I'm not rushing into it. But remember, every now and then, just pull back. So, as always, something to think about. Keep rising and transforming. Peace and blessings.